The Trump administration, alongside RFK Jr., has just declared all-out war on chemtrails. That's right, they're not whispering about it anymore, they're forming a task force. And they're coming for the planes, the pilots, the scientists, and the shadowy overlords bankrolling this aerial assault on humanity. This is Nuremberg 2.0, and it's happening right now. Before we dive in, join the TPV free speech community over on Soju. Soju is a digital space where ideas and information can take place without any annoying algorithms or restrictive rules getting in the way of free expression. You've seen the skies. Those unnatural grid-like streaks of white, stretching horizon to horizon, lingering for hours like prison bars. Not contrails, folks, chemical trails. We've got the videos and lab reports to prove it in a court of law. Aluminium, barium, strontium. Toxic payloads dumped on us like we're lab rats in some globalist experiment. For years, the government and media have gaslit us, called us crazy, and told us it's just water vapor, while they've been systematically poisoning us. But the people aren't buying it anymore. The mass formation psychosis has been broken. And some big names with great influence are joining the crusade against the psychopaths dropping toxic payloads on us from great heights.
Woody Harrelson one time was at my house and he was talking about this. This was probably 10 years ago. And I was saying, come on, that's ridiculous. That's impossible. And he said, come outside with me. And we went outside and we sat on a hillside and we watched these planes fly in a grid pattern, laying out this, a grid of contrails, and then it turned into clouds and we had a cloudy day. And I don't know, I've looked up many times since then and seen that happening. And I don't have a good explanation for it. But, the things that you're saying are consistent, are internally consistent, and they're consistent with things that I've observed. It's amazing to think that they can keep it that secret that well for this long. But, I've seen them do that with other things as well.
And now RFK Jr., with this relentless crusade against environmental crimes, is standing shoulder to shoulder with the president. And they've got a message. The spraying must stop.
So there's something wrong. There's something wrong. We've done something wrong. There's something, you're going to figure it out. Maybe it's a spray that we spray all over the place that nobody else does. Other countries don't. The Pennsylvania Dutch, they don't do anything, and they're amazingly healthy.
Here's the bombshell. The Trump administration is putting together a task force they're calling Operation Skywatch behind closed doors. Their mission? Identify every plane spewing this poison. Bring them down, safely of course, because there are interrogations to be conducted. We're talking pilots, aviation executives, scientists, and the elite financiers who've been funding this operation from their ivory towers. The task force isn't messing around. And we know for a fact there are FAA insiders, military brass and whistleblowers from the private sector ready and willing to spill the beans. And they're not stopping there. They're using cutting-edge machine learning to scrape X, Telegram, and every corner of the internet for real-time intel, posts, pics, videos, pinpointing where and when these planes are dumping their loads. But here's where it gets real. They're going to need you. This is a call to arms. Every citizen with a smartphone is a soldier in this fight. Grab your cameras, point them skyward, and document every suspicious trail you see. Upload it beneath this post to X and every other social media platform you use. Why? Because that data feeds the machine. The more we collect, the faster we map the patterns, the quicker we catch these psychopaths red-handed. This isn't just about evidence, it's about overwhelming the system with the truth until they can't hide anymore. Even Hollywood is jumping in. And Woody Harrelson isn't the only high-profile name stepping into the Trump administration's orbit with a mission to uncover the truth behind chemtrails. Jim Breuer, the actor and comedian, has joined the fray with his no-nonsense skepticism. Known for mocking mainstream narratives on podcasts, Breuer is alleging that the chemical trails have been ramped up over the last year.
Hey, Governor DeSantis. Today, when I got up in St. Petersburg, it was clear blue sky, and I started watching all the planes spraying. Now, I know the FAA knows who's flying. I'm pretty sure the governor can figure out who's flying and spraying and creating these fake clouds in the sky. Look. I even got footage of that plane spraying. So, Governor of Florida and Florida officials, what are we doing about this? And why don't you start explaining exactly what it is? Clear blue sky, look at all the lines from the planes. I watched them all, and some of them stop spraying after a while and they restart. Can we have an explanation and a stopping of this, please?
Figures like Woody Harrelson and Jim Breuer have played a massive role in waking up millions to the reality of chemtrail operations unfolding right above us. Remember Prince? He called this out before his suspicious death. Now others are stepping up, risking their careers to amplify the truth.
He said something that really hit home about this phenomena of chemtrails. And, you know, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time and say, oh, that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And the next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing and you didn't know why. Okay, and you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting.
Their voices have sparked a shift, pulling back the curtain on what's really happening in our skies. And we need more of this. More people like you stepping up to spread the word. But it's not just Harrelson and Breuer leading the charge. There's a growing army of truth tellers out there, including some in surprisingly high places. Stay tuned. We're going deeper right after this important word from our sponsor. Today's sponsor is pillsforever.com. If you think Big Pharma have your best interests at heart, think again. Under Biden, the price of medicine in America has skyrocketed, and there are certain medicines Big Pharma don't want you to know about. That's why I've partnered with pillsforever.com. All of their FDA-approved medicines are the cheapest you'll find anywhere. More importantly, you can order medicines that Big Pharma don't want you to have, such as ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and fenbendazole. Speaking of fenbendazole, not only does it get rid of parasites that live inside your body, there have been studies that show fenbendazole can help with cancer. Listen to this testimony of Joe Tippins, a cancer survivor, thanks to fenbendazole.
2 years ago, Joe Tippins says he was told to go home, call hospice, and say his goodbyes. The doctors were unanimous. He was going to die of small cell lung cancer.
Once that kind of cancer goes that far afield, the odds of survival are less than 1%, and the median life expectancy is 3 months.
Tippins says he got a tip, not from a pharmacist, but a veterinarian. And in his desperation, he turned from people medicine to dog medicine. Specifically, fenbendazole.
My insurance company spent $1.2 million on me with traditional means before I switched to a $5 a week medicine that actually saved me.
Get 15% off using coupon code People's Voice at the checkout. Please click the link below this video to take advantage of this fantastic offer.